Hey guys, how you doing today? Got a little something special, a twofer. We're gonna review Tripwire version 4 and bomb disposal unit. Yeah, I think we'll start off with Tripwire here. Tripwire is a interesting figure because he's a kind of a utilitarian style figure in that he's not really like a combat trooper. Um, but he kind of, clears the way. He's got a metal detector and he sweeps for mines, making sure nobody gets blown up on their way to their mission. Um, Great figure. This is basically the same mold as the original, but I kind of like the V4 better. The paint is slightly different. They put a nice little American flag tampo on his arm there, which is beautiful. And he's got softer forearms. This one came out in 2001, so he they made the forearms a little softer, so the thumbs are bendy. You don't have to worry about broken thumbs on some of these older guys, which is great. You can just jam weapons in their hands, not worry about not worry about breaking anything, which is amazing. Um, and yeah, tripwire. So he has his metal detector, of course, and a little thin, flimsy wire. They didn't change that, which they could have, but it's okay. Just makes it kind of hard for him to hold sometimes. And goes up to his backpack here, and he's got like some molded on communications on his helmet here. He can hear it, beeping any metal underground or whatever. And yeah, he just looks really good. Lots of padding here in case he in case a mine detonates near him or something. He's got a little bit of protection. Got some eye protection going on. And of course he's got some landmines because not only can he pick them up, but he can lay them too. And you know set some minefields outside of GI Joe HQ. Keep them cobras out. And it's really cool, man. Of course, he in the cartoons and the comics they made him really clumsy, which is funny for an EOD guy because he's always handling explosives and he's like tripping and falling and stuff. And just kind of a cool little personality quirk for him. And yeah, it's pretty neat though. But yeah, I love him. He's all OD green, like old school. Of course, his metal detector's got amazing detail on it, and looks like a real metal detector. Is really really good quality accessory, and um, of course it's different. A lot of guys came with guns, and he didn't. He came with a metal detector, which is kind of cool. And of course his backpack also OD green, but he had these three landmines stacked on, and they snap right onto each other, nice and cozy. They stay in real nice. And yeah, if you wanted, during playtime, you could just scatter these around the battlefield and pretend he's picking them up, or pretend he's laying them, or even have him, getting down and dirty. Give him a little knife or something, and have him scooping these out the ground and disarming them. And yeah, it's great. He was one of my favorite playing with figures as a kid. He went on almost every mission, just because he's just so, OD green, camoed out, and he just looks all serious and ready to get the job done. Um, I didn't quite play him as clumsy as they did in the comics and the cartoons. He was a more of a serious guy to me. 'Cause anybody, if you're handling explosives, I mean, you can't mess around, you know. And people die. So I always thought he was interesting. He had an interesting job, and of course, ordnance disposal. Um, really serious thing. Um, you're saving lives, and you're saving the lives of your crew. And if you're laying landmines, you're making sure that nobody's gonna get through to sap your guys. Um, Great detail on him. Sculpting is amazing. Got these little nice padding on his gloves. Got a little pocket in the back. Kind of cool. And what's great about him is he just fits perfectly with the bomb disposal vehicle, which is awesome and a kind of a curiosity in itself. In that it's I believe one of the only GI Joe vehicles that came out that has no armaments on it. There's no guns on this thing whatsoever. It's strictly a utilitarian vehicle, kind of like the bridge layer, but even the bridge layer had cannons on it. So this is it's kind of unique in its own way. And this is one of the smaller budget vehicles that they came out with. This is something your aunt or your grandma would pick up for you for a birthday or something on the way to your party if they forgot a present. They were real cheap, like $3 or $5 or something at the time in the '80s, and they were just really cool, and really it really added to the universe. Um, they really built your world. Having all these different little vehicles going on. Of course, we got some little tank treads here, which is they're fake, of course, with the little dumbbell wheels. But it was great because they didn't get snagged up on anything. It was real nice. They roll real good, and you had a tow hitch. You could throw something on the back of here, um, and yeah, it's just really cool and really realistic for what kind of a real world one would look like. In the real world, they use like tanks with these pushers on them, or tractors. So you probably wouldn't see anything quite this small, but but still really realistic as far as the blast shield they put on here, and we got lots of rivets going on, and some lights up here, and we got this little articulated arm here with the fake articulation here, and like the hydraulics there that don't really work, but it just suggests that it does more than it does, which is really great. Um, but it does really articulate enough to do what it's supposed to, and that's pick up mines. And if we can we get Tripwire in here. Just scoot him right on in there. Put him on the controls here. He looks real nice. Look at that. What's up? We're going to disarm some mines today. All right. Get him in here, and we can add a little mine set up here just for giggles. I don't have the original. It came with a real big mine about the size of a $50, and I believe a bomb, something similar to the weapons transport bomb, something like that. And I don't have those. But again, it's just extra parts. We do have some. We got a flame mine here from a blowtorch, modern blowtorch, and we're just gonna throw it down, and he's just gonna drive up here, and got this arm articulates down, and then it's gonna slide back on this rail here, and scoop it right up, and then it's trapped between the blast shields, and he can just drive it somewhere and detonate it, and get it out of the path of the rest of the team, trying to get to their objective, which is really cool. And yeah, all in all, it's a great little vehicle. It doesn't have a whole lot going on it, but it does uh it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it looks cool doing it. So yeah. All in all, even though this is a small budget vehicle, um, I give it a 10 out of 10. Top shelf, absolutely. And Tripwire too. Um, a lot of people think he's boring. He's not, an action man or whatever. But in the military, you need all sorts of types. You need engineers. You need EOD guys. You need medics, and you know, it's not just all Rambos out there. Blowing stuff up and killing. Sometimes you got to have guys clearing the way and sorting things out. Um, and so for that, I call him top shelf. I like the sculpting. I like the paintwork on him, and yeah. So all in all, I think these are both amazing toys that go amazing together, and you almost shouldn't have one without the other. I mean, if you have a tripwire, you need a mine disposal, and if you have a mine disposal, you really need a tripwire. Anybody else could pilot it, but I mean, look how good he looks in there. I mean, just look at that. It's two great tastes that taste great together. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so that's my review um, of Tripwire and uh, the mine disposal. Um, Tell me what you think down below. Your thoughts. Uh, how much playtime you guys had with them when you were a kid. If you liked them, if you hated it. Uh, yeah. Just leave a comment and a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys next time. All right.